Krishna. हरे कृष्णा। जय राधा माधवा, जय कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधवा, जय कुंज बिहारी, जय गोपी जन वल्लभा, जय गिरिवरधारी, जय गोपी जन वल्लभा, जय गिरिवरधारी, जय यशोदनंदना, जय सज्जनंदना, जय यशोदनंदना, जय सज्जनंदना, जय यमुनातिरवनचारी, जय कुंज बिहारी, जय यमुनातिरवनचारी, जय कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधवा, जय कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधवा, जय कुंज बिहारी, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम Rama Rama Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namo Devaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namo Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Eshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Gurom Shri Yutapada Kamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitam He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhobhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Giti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna devotees, my humble obeisances to all the assembled Vaishnavas here. There are so many senior Vaishnavas who are assembled here, and I have been asked by the temple management to give a class today. I'm aware that I'm very much unqualified, but just want to give the class as a matter of service and also to purify myself. So there may be mistakes, there may be incorrect understanding in my presentation today. I request all of your forgiveness, and also I request your prayers and blessings so that I do follow what I speak in today's class. And apart from that, I request all of your blessings so that I do not deviate from the Guru Parampara. I speak according to my capacity. So, Swayam Prakash Prabhu, he instructed me to give class on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastime. So that would be today's topic. So on that, I have chosen how magnanimous Mahaprabhu's avatar is and how unique Mahaprabhu's avatar is. So that will be the topic of today's discussion. So Lord Krishna in Srimad Bhagavad, through Srimad Bhagavad Gita, he gave nectarian knowledge to Arjuna in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So we all know that he has given hundreds of instructions. Among that, one prominent shloka is he works on the principle of justice. The extent to which we deliver, we surrender, to that extent Krishna will reciprocate. So we are all conditioned, at least I am conditioned so. We know that Krishna is certainly merciful. But what is the hope for people like us? The condition. So is there any other way? Yes. There is one more personality who is much more merciful than Krishna. And who is that? It's the Harinam Prabhu, the holy name of Krishna, who is much more merciful than Krishna. Srila Rupa Goswami says, Vachyam, Vachakam. Vachyam, Vachakam. So Vachyam is the person Krishna. And Vachakam is the holy name of Lord Krishna. Our Shastra says that there is no difference between Lord Krishna and his holy name. In other words, the holy name and Lord Krishna are non-different. How is it? So let's see a material analogy. So when we call our relatives like our son, the daughter, sister or brother, when we call them by their name, we are able to relate their form, how they look like, and their characteristics, their guna, and the type of interactions we have with them. Not only that, when we hear their name, we are also able to relate their name, their form, their characteristics, and their activities. So this is in the material realm. When we come to spiritual realm, when we say the name Krishna, it contains all 64 transcendental qualities. His beautiful form, his various transcendental pastimes in the Vraj Bhumi, Mathura, and what so, Dwarka, etc. And also, when we say Krishna, it also refers to his paraphernalia, his associates, all of them are embedded into the name Krishna. So, Krishna is the name. Krishna's name is treasure of all Shastras. So, there is an analogy given here again. When the Samudra Manthan is done, when we churn the ocean, the nectar emanated. Similarly, when the Shastras are churned, as the Shastras are churned, from that Shastra, the holy name of Krishna has emanated. So there are so many pramanas. Nama Chintamani Krishna, Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha, Purna Krishna Siddho, Nitya Mukto, Abhinnatvam Nama Naminoha. This is a quote from Padma Purana. It's mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela 17.133. So the translation is like this. The holy name of Krishna is transcendently blissful. It bestows all spiritual benedictions. For it is Krishna himself, the reservoir of all pleasure. Krishna's name is complete, and it is a form of all transcendental mellows. It's not a material name under any condition, and it is no less powerful than Krishna himself. Since Krishna's name is not contaminated by the material qualities, there is no question of its being involved with Maya. Krishna's name is always liberated and spiritual. It is never conditioned by the laws of material nature. This is because the name of Krishna and Krishna himself are identical. There is another shloka from Skanda Purana. Vede Ramayana Chaiva Purane Bharate Tata Adau Antecha Madhyecha Hari Sarvatra Giyate. In Vedic literature, including Ramayana, Puranas, Mahabharata, from the very beginning, Adau, to the end, the Ante, as well as in the middle, Madhye, only Hari, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is explained. Again, this is a quote from Skanda Purana mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela, chapter 7, sloka number 131. There are so many quotes in Vayu Purana, Adi Purana, and Upanishad, etc., quoting the glories of Harinam. So, Srila Rupa Goswami in Krishna Namashtakam, again, he explains the power of Harinam. Nikila Shruti Mauli Ratnamala Dyuti Nirajita Pada Pankajanta. O Harinama, the tips of the toes of your lotus feet are constantly being worshipped by the glowing radiance emanating from the string of gems known as Upanishad, the crown jewels of all Vedas. So what does it mean? There is an explanation given here about this specific verse of Srila Rupa Goswami. The four Vedas, they are actually standing in four sides. They are offering ghee lamp. To whom? They are offering the ghee lamp and they are doing arati to the Harinam Prabhu. To what actually? To the tip of effulgence emanating from Harinam Prabhu. So that's the power of holy name. So we know that this Harinam is completely non-different from Krishna, the person Krishna. Again, there is another quote from Padma Purana, which is very popular. Srila Prabhupada actually quotes this in various purport of his presentation. Naham tishtanti vaikunte yoginam hridayeshuva tatra tishtanti narada yatra gayanti mad bhaktaha. So Krishna says, I am neither in Vaikunta nor in the hearts of yogis. I remain where my devotees engage in glorifying my activities. So it's very clear that Krishna never leaves his devotees. So we also see in Bhagavata Purana and other Puranas, when pure devotees like Draupadi, Gajendra, Uttara, Dhruv Maharaj, Prahalad Maharaj, when they called for Lord's name, Lord appeared before them. So we have a pramana for this. So we know that Lord Krishna's name and the person Krishna both are non-different. But Srila Rupa Goswami says they are non-different, but they are also different. So what is the difference? So in the beginning, we saw that the person Krishna, he works on the principle of justice. Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam tataiva bhajamyaham. We saw that Krishna reciprocates according to our level of surrender. Whereas his holy name, Harinam Prabhu, he works on the principle of mercy. He's not working the principle of justice. He's working on the principle of mercy. So this is the fundamental difference. So how do we, what is the evidence for this? That Harinam is actually working on the principle of mercy. So one may not have any faith in the Harinam, but we have seen when we do Harinam on the roadside, the person who is hearing the Harinam, he may be repeating the Harinam sometimes, either offensively or in a colloquial way. Oh, these Hare Krishna people, the ISKCON people are chanting Hare Krishna. Like this, they may be repeating. But you see the mercy of Harinam Prabhu here. The person Harinam does not, the person Krishna does not appear before them, certainly. But the Harinam is so merciful, he is coming and appearing in the tongue of the person who is not so faithful, and he is dancing on the tongue. They don't have any faith, but Krishna appears and Krishna, the holy name, appears and dancing on the tongue of the people. So we would have seen in our Harinam, there are so many type of people, right? The Mlechas and meat eaters. Everybody listens to Harinam and they repeat the name. Because they are repeating the name, they are reciting the name, the Sukruti, the spiritual benefits are added to their account, spiritual account. So in Kalisantarana Upanishad, it is mentioned that Harir Nama iva kevalam, kalau nastyeva gatiranyata. So in this age of Kali, there is no other path other than the chanting the holy name of Hari. It's not mentioned once, it's 3 times, right? Harir Nama iva kevalam, kalau nastyeva gatiranyata. So when something is said once, okay, we said, okay, it is okay. But when it is mentioned 3 times, it shows the importance and the emphasis of the importance of the specific verse. So it's not something, which is very unique to our sampradaya. Across all sampradayas, the importance of holy name is very much explained. We all know about King Kulasekara Alvar, who is one of the prominent 12 Alvars from the Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya. And he has composed Mukunda Mala Stotra, which is very dear to our founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So I want to just quote one shloka from the Mukunda Mala Stotra, which is very powerful. Shatruchedaika mantram sakala upanishad vakya sampujya mantram samsarocheda mantram samuchita tamasat sangha nirjana mantram sarvaishvaryaika mantram yasana bhujaga sandashta santrana mantram jihve Sri Krishna mantram japa japa satatam janma sapalya mantram. Jihve Sri Krishna mantram japa japa satatam janma sapalya mantram. So King Kuleshekara, he says, O tongue, please constantly chant the mantra composed of Sri Krishna's names. So what is the benefit of this? Shatruchedaika mantram. It destroys all the enemies. Who are our enemies? The enemy is external? No, the enemy is internal to us. We have all the enemies which are sitting inside our heart. Destroys all the enemies. Sakala Upanishad Vakya Sampujya Mantram. All the Upanishad, they are worshipping this mantra, which is Krishna mantra. Samsaro Cheda Mantram. It helps to pass the ocean of samsara. Samuchita Tamasha Sangha Niryana Mantram. It destroys all the sins, uproots all the sins, and it drives away the darkness. Sarvaishvarya Eka Mantram Vyasana Bhujaga Sandashta Santrana Mantram. It gives all opulence to our life. So we can, so how do we know how Krishna knows that we are chanting the name either knowingly or not knowingly? So Krishna has expanded himself as Paramatma in all of our heart. So whenever any living entity who recites the holy name, the Paramatma sitting inside the heart, he takes a note. Oh, okay, this Jiva has recited the holy name. So we also know the story of Ajamila. When Ajamila has called for the name Narayana, when he was in the end of the life, he was not actually calling the name of the Narayana, the person Narayana. He was actually calling the sun. But again, Krishna has returned the account. Okay, this person has actually recited my name. He dispatched the Vaikuntha, the Vishnu Dutas immediately. Because he was a sinful person, he committed so many sins. Yamaduta also came down. So there was a Sambhashana. We see that in the Bhagavata Purana. So now we know that this holy name is very, very powerful. But there is a question, but. So we are all chanting, and there are so many people who are chanting, but still something is preventing us from getting the pure bhakti. We know, we discussed that the Harinam Prabhu is working on the principles of mercy. So why? What is preventing us? Krishna Nama Kore Aparade Vichar. So it's mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So there are 10 offenses which one must avoid to attain the pure bhakti. Certainly, holy name gives the benefit. There is no doubt about it. But if one wants to get the highest goal of bhakti, which is the prema bhakti, the highest epitome of spiritual perfection, we must avoid the offenses. So there is no other way, because Krishna is protecting this highest epitome of bhakti, the prema bhakti, with fence of offenses. So if we commit the offenses and do the chanting, it's like I do water the plant, but the water is fed to both the plants and also to the seed. So what happens? The plant also grows and the seed also grows. But at some point of time, the growth of seed is so fast, it may end up choking the plant of the growth of the plant. So what to do? So again in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it's mentioned that Bahu Janma Kare Yadi Shravana Kirtana Tabita Napaya Krishna Pade Premadhana. If one is the translation is like this. If one is infested with 10 offenses, the chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, despite his endeavor to chant the holy name of for many birth, he will not get the love of Godhead. That is ultimate goal of this chanting. So now it's very clear that Harinam Prabhu is merciful, and also we saw the glory of Harinam Prabhu, but the offenses to Harinam will not take us anywhere. Though it may have benefits, but our goal, the ultimate goal, is pure bhakti, the prema bhakti. If you are committing offenses, it will not take us anywhere. So when I was, so there was so much of hope. Okay, Harinam is so merciful. Harinam Prabhu is so merciful. But with the offenses, we are all conditioned soul. We commit so many offenses. So now what to do? Is there a hope? Yes. That is what ISKCON is all about. That's all our Gaudiya Parampara is all about. Gaudiya Parampara is so unique, and we have such a light of hope in our Parampara. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha. Our dear Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who appeared as golden avatar in Navadvip, is the only hope in the age of Kali. We are very fortunate. So fortunate. How fortunate we are? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he appears only once in the day of Brahma, which is like once in 8.64 billion earthly years. So when Mahaprabhu appeared 500 years back, in this age of Kali, we were so fortunate that we have taken birth in the age when Mahaprabhu has appeared and he has propagated the philosophy of Harinam. So we are in the right place at right time. We have everything which is set very favorable to us. Okay, so what's so special about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? So when I say Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he's not alone. He comes with another personality, Nityananda Prabhu. So today morning, our dear His Grace Premdata Prabhu, was very beautifully singing Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Doya Karo More. Beautiful song sung by Narottam Das Thakur. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very magnanimous. When I say Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, always inclusive of Nityananda Prabhu. So they are very magnanimous, very magnanimous. To that extent, how magnanimous they are? There is a quote from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Adilila, chapter 8, sloka number 31. Chaitanya Nityanande nahi yesha vichara nama laite prema dhaina vahe ashrudhara. The translation by His Divine Grace, C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. But if only one chants with some slight faith, the holy names of Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda, is very quickly he is cleansed of all offenses. Thus, as soon as he chants the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, he feels the ecstasy of love of Godhead. So, we saw the problem statement, right? Harinam Prabhu is very merciful, but there is a condition. The Harinam will be effective only when we chant without offenses. That is the condition. And we being the conditioned soul in the age of Kali, we are all full of fault. We have all the offenses within us. So we commit all type of offenses. What is the hope? Only hope is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. So when we chant the holy name of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, we are cleansed of the offenses. Thus, when we chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we can feel the ecstasy of the Lord, love of Lord. So I'll quickly read the extract from Srila Prabhupada's purport. There are offenses to be considered in chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, but there are no such considerations in chanting the names of Nitai Gaura, Gaura Nityananda. Therefore, if one chants the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, but his life is still full of sinful activities, it will be very difficult for him to achieve the platform of loving service to the Lord. But if in spite of being an offender, one chants the holy names of Nitai Gaura or Gaura Nityananda, is very quickly freed from the reactions to this offense. Therefore, one should first approach Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda or worship Gauranga, and then come to the stage of worshipping Radha Krishna. So when I was hearing the lecture of His Grace Amarendra Prabhu, he made a very nice statement. No Gauranga, K-N-O-W, no Gauranga, no Radhe Krishna. No Gauranga, N-O Gauranga, no Radhe Krishna. So, if we made an endeavor to know Gauranga, which is Gaur Nitai, then we will get the love of Radhe Krishna or, Krishna. If we don't put any endeavor or if we don't know Gauranga, then there is no hope. We will not be able to understand Krishna and his transcendental pastimes. So what again, what is the mercy distributed by Gaur Nitai? So Gaur Nitai distributed mercy in two levels. One is, I'll quote this sloka from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela, chapter 7, sloka number 23. Patra apatra vichara nahi stana astana ye yanha paya tanha kare premadhana. The first one is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he distributed the love of Godhead or holy name, he didn't discriminate. He didn't see whether the person is qualified to receive this or not. Patra apatra na vichara nahi. So he didn't discriminate at all, irrespective of whether the person is born in which family. He might be born in the Mlecha family, Shudra family. He may not have been born in India. There is no discrimination. It was given to all. And then sthana asthana. There was no discrimination of place where it should be recited. There is no such conditions. So Mahaprabhu just distributed. It's not only Mahaprabhu, entire Panchatattva, Sri Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhara, Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So all these Panchatattva personalities, they actually distributed this Mahamantra to everyone without any discrimination. So this is one form of mercy. The second one is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he also gives the determination, the vairagya to us so that we can gradually eliminate our anarthas. So now Mahaprabhu has actually, whatever is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavata, Mahaprabhu is actually demonstrated in his life. So we will see a couple of stories from Chaitanya Charitamrita. One is the story of Jagai and Madai. So in Navadvip, Lord Nityananda and Haridas Thakura, they were going street by street to distribute the holy name on the instructions of Mahaprabhu. On one such day, when they were going across the street, so they saw there was a huge crowd in the streets of Navadvip. So there were so many people standing there. There was a pandemonium. So somebody was fighting and somebody was shouting. So Nityananda Prabhu, he was approaching closer to that to see what's happening. So they realized there were two people, the most sinful personality, or we can say the personification of sinful activities. They were standing there, Jagai and Madai. They were actually born in the Brahminical family, but because of their bad association and past sinful activities and current sinful activities, they have fallen down. They were performing all type of sinful activities. It was I heard in one of the lectures where to give a example of the extent of sinful activities committed by them, that they were committing sinful activities like what is described in Shastras as this we should not do, this we should not do, this we should not do, this, like this. So many sinful activities were described, and they were criminally so innovative. They started finding what else I can do apart from what is described in the Shastras. They were such a sinful personalities. So those two people were standing in the streets of Navadvip. They were fully drunken and they were abusing people and they were fighting with people. So now Lord Nityananda, who is so merciful, so he saw that and he saw that it's an opportunity. So Mahaprabhu has appeared in this age of Kali to deliver all the sinful personalities. So if we are able to deliver this Jagai and Madai, so we have a benchmark, because the Kali Yuga is going to be in the future, the people are going to be Jagai Madai. This earth is going to be filled with Jagai Madai. So with that intention, Patita Pavana, Nityananda Prabhu approached towards Jagai and Madai. So he humbly requested them to chant the holy name of the Lord. So Jagai and Madai, they were so sinful, they got very angry. And especially Madai, he was so upset that how dare you to come and instruct us. And then out of anger, he picked up a piece of earthen pot which was on the ground and he actually threw at Nityananda Prabhu. Exactly hit Nityananda Prabhu here. Actually, okay, so they actually scolded him, and then Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakura, they left the place. And then again, the next day, they went to the same place, and Jagai and Madai, they were performing the same sinful activities. So this time, Nityananda Prabhu was so determined. So he went again. Haridas Thakura was a little bit hesitant, let us not, disturb them. But Nityananda Prabhu was so merciful. He said, this time I'm going to make them to chant the Harinam. So he went to them and he told Jagai and Madai, don't you know what type of activities that you are committing? Don't you know the extent of sinful reaction you will incur because of this activity? You please take the shelter of Gauranga Mahaprabhu and please chant the holy name. Like that he was preaching. So now, the second time, this Jagai Madai, they were so angry. Especially Madai he was very angry. He picked up the earthen pot, which piece of earthen pot, he threw at Nityananda Prabhu. So it exactly hit in the forehead and it started bleeding. So here we see the compassion of Nityananda Prabhu. You may have hurt me. That's okay. I may be bleeding. That's okay. But please take the shelter of Harinam. So on seeing this, after these two personalities, this person Jagai, he was really surprised. What kind of personality is this? Jagai has actually physically hurt him, but still he didn't mind the injury caused to him, but still asking us to chant the holy name. So now Madai, he was very angry. He was trying to hurt him again. So now Jagai, stop Madai. So please don't do anything. So his great personality, he seems to be not an ordinary person. Do not harm him. So like that, he was stopping him. So by the time Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he got to know that Nityananda Prabhu was hurt by this Madai. So prior to that, when the first day, when Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakura were preaching to Jagai and Madai, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard, he was extremely pleased. Yes, this is my mission. We have to preach all sinful people, irrespective of their qualification. So he was very pleased. But on the second day, when Mahaprabhu got to know that Nityananda Prabhu was hurt by Madai, he was very upset, very, very angry. So we know that from Srimad Bhagavatam that Krishna tolerates all the offenses committed against him. He doesn't bother really. But if one offends a Vaishnava, Krishna doesn't take it easily. He becomes very angry. We have seen so many stories in Srimad Bhagavata, the pastime of Ambarisha Maharaja and Durvasa Muni. We have seen so many pastimes. So now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't take that offense easily. So he was very upset. He started running towards the spot and he invoked the Sudarshan Chakra. So now Nityananda Prabhu, on seeing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and him invoking the Sudarshan Chakra, immediately Nityananda Prabhu fell at the feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He prayed to Mahaprabhu, "Oh Mahaprabhu, please remember the objective of your incarnation. You are here to deliver all the sinful personalities, and Jagai and Madai are one of them. So please forgive them and take back the Sudarshan Chakra." So on seeing this, Jagai and Madai, they were really perturbed. They were really disturbed. They were shocked. What type of personality is? When Mahaprabhu has come and invokes Darshan Chakra, he is pleading for forgiveness of our offense. They were so touched by that action of Nityananda Prabhu. Immediately, both Jagai and Madai, they fall at the feet of Mahaprabhu and they sought forgiveness. Now, Mahaprabhu got to know that among these two people, Jagai has actually prevented Madai from hurting Nityananda, and whereas Madai was the one who actually hurt Nityananda, Lord Nityananda. When he knew that, he actually immediately has forgiven Jagai because he actually did a seva in preventing Madai from hurting Lord Nityananda. But to Madai, Mahaprabhu said, "I will not forgive you. I will not forgive you because you have actually offended my dear Nityananda. So I will forgive you only if Nityananda forgives you. So immediately, Madai takes the shelter of Nityananda Prabhu. He falls at the lotus feet of Nityananda Prabhu. So after that, Mahaprabhu says, you will be forgiven only if you give up all the sinful activities and take the holy name. So immediately, these two personalities, Jaga and Madai, they took the holy name. They started chanting the holy name of Mahaprabhu and Lord Krishna. So that's the beauty of Mahaprabhu. So we saw that Mahaprabhu does not, when I say Mahaprabhu, it includes both Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda. They do not discriminate whether this person is really qualified to receive the holy name or not. They distribute it to everyone. So this is one example. So there is another wonderful pastime in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So when Mahaprabhu was traveling towards South India, Mahaprabhu traveled across many villages. And wherever he went, whichever the villages were touched by him, the person, whoever had the opportunity to hear Mahaprabhu from Mahaprabhu, they all become Vaishnava. So they were all attracted by the beautiful form of Mahaprabhu, the wonderful holy name. They become Vaishnavas and they were spreading the holy name in the rest of their village. So on such occasion, there was one scholarly Buddhist monk. So he got to know about Mahaprabhu. So he wanted to argue with Mahaprabhu to prove that the Buddhist philosophy is superior to the Vaishnava philosophy. So the Buddhist monk, along with his disciples, with a great amount of pride, he went for an argument with Mahaprabhu. So Mahaprabhu, he easily broke the logic of the Buddhist philosophy with strong Vaishnava philosophy and his logical arguments. So there were so many people gathered in that assembly, and this Buddhist monk, he felt humiliated because the other people who were surrounding, they were laughing at him. So they felt humiliated, they felt ashamed, they left the place. And then they went back and they plotted a plan. They plotted a conspiracy to kill Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So they were so worried that if Mahaprabhu keeps spreading the philosophy, the Vaishnava philosophy, then the Buddhist philosophy will not have a place in this land. So they decided to kill Mahaprabhu. So what they did was, they prepared some food, which is kind of a meat, which should not be, which should not be eaten by Mahaprabhu. So they brought a plate of food, which is contaminated, and they offered to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, calling it is Mahaprasada. Oh my Lord, please accept it. So as they were offering the food to Mahaprabhu, a very big bird just flew down and it grabbed the plate from the Buddhist monk with its strong beak and legs, and then it flew up in the air and it just dropped the plate just above the head of the Buddhist monk. So this plate just dropped on the head of the Buddhist monk, and his head was cut and he became unconscious. On seeing this, the disciples of this Buddhist monk, they were disturbed and they were afraid. They started crying and then ran to the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu and offered their obeisances and asked for his shelter. They said, "Oh my dear Lord, please forgive our offense. Forgive our offense. Please have mercy on us and bring back life to our spiritual master. So now, just while back, we saw that the Lord forgives all the offenses committed against him, whereas he doesn't forgive the offense committed against his devotees. So in this case, the Buddhist monks committed an offense against Mahaprabhu. So immediately he said, oh, please chant the names of Krishna and Hari very loudly near the ear of your spiritual master. He will regain consciousness. So, following Mahaprabhu's instruction, these disciples of Buddhist monk, they went to their um, master and then they started chanting the names of Hare Krishna and then Gaura Hari in unison. So, as soon as they started chanting near the Buddhist scholars' ears, the Buddhist monk's ears, he regained consciousness immediately. And then the Buddhist monk also started chanting the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So on seeing this transformation, the villagers who were surrounded by the monk, they were really surprised and they started speaking about the glories of Mahaprabhu. So this is one wonderful pastime. So I want to share another pastime. How much time you have, Prabhuji? Okay. So Mahaprabhu, during his South India Yatra, he went to one village and near Kurma Kshetra. So there was one Brahmana called Kurma Vipra. So this Brahmana, he invited Mahaprabhu to his home with a lot of devotion and love and respect. So he brought Mahaprabhu to his home. He washed Mahaprabhu's lotus feet along with his family member, and then he offered the Charanamrita to all the family members, and also he drank the Charanamrita. And then this Kurma Brahmana, he offered a lot of delicious Mahaprasad to Mahaprabhu. And he said, "Oh Mahaprabhu, there is no limit to my fortune. And I cannot describe how fortunate I am. Today, my family, myself and my family members, we are all benedicted and we are completely relieved from the cycle of birth and death." And then this Brahmana begged Mahaprabhu, "Oh my dear Lord, please show me a favor. I want to place this request before you for your acceptance." So he said, "Oh Mahaprabhu, I can no longer tolerate the waves of misery caused by the materialistic life. And I want to come along with you. I want to leave my family. I want to come along with you. Please accept my request." So Mahaprabhu immediately replied back to him, "Oh my dear Brahmana, don't speak like this. I do not want you to leave your home. It's better that you stay with your home, remain at home, and chant the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare." You chant the holy name always. Not only that, instruct everyone in your village to chant this name and follow the orders of Lord Krishna as they are given in Srimad Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, and preach the philosophy of Srimad Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam to all the villagers. In this way, you will become a spiritual master and you try to liberate everyone in your village. And then he further advised him, if you follow this instruction, your materialistic life at your home will not obstruct your spiritual advancement. I repeat this again. If you follow this instruction, your materialistic life at home will not obstruct your spiritual advancement. Indeed, if you follow these regulative principles, we will again meet here or rather somewhere else. You will never lose my company. So, thus, the Kurma Brahmana, he was very pleased. He accepted the instruction of Mahaprabhu. He followed the instruction of Mahaprabhu very sincerely. So, Srila Jagannath Das Babaji, he quotes this line. Learn to worship the king in whose palace we live. Learn to worship the king in whose palace we live. So, if we are living in Treta Yuga, we should worship Lord Ramachandra. If we are living in Dwapara Yuga, we should worship Lord Krishna. And if you are living in Kali Yuga, we should worship Gauranitai, Gauranga. So what happens, if we worship Lord Ram? When we worship Lord Ram, we develop attachment to Lord Ram. If we worship Lord Krishna, we develop attachment towards Lord Krishna. And if you worship the different avatars of Vishnu, we develop attachment to that specific Vishnu Tattva. Maybe Varahadev, maybe Narsimadev, we will develop the attachment. We will develop that attachment. But the beauty here is that if we worship Gauranitai, we will develop attachment to Lord Krishna, the love of Godhead. We will get pure love of Godhead. This is actually the beauty of following the footsteps of Mahaprabhu, Gauranitai. Also, he says, if you want to get Krishna Prema, so we have to chant what? Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga. If we want to get Krishna Prema on fast track, what we should chant? What we should chant? He says that we should chant Mahaprabhu with his mother's name. I want to quickly sing these 2 lines of bhajan. Jaya Sachinandana Jaya Gaurahari Jaya Sachinandana Jaya Gaurahari Jaya Sachinandana Jaya Gaurahari Jaya Sachinandana Jaya Gaurahari Vishnu Priya Pranadana Nadiya Vihari Vishnu Priya Pranadana Nadiya Nalari Vishnu Priya Pranadhana Nadiya Nagari Vishnu Priya Pranadhana Nadiya Vihari. So, one who wants to get the love of Godhead should chant Mahaprabhu's name, Gauranga. One who wants to get the Mahaprabhu, the love of Godhead on fast track, we have to chant Mahaprabhu's name with his mother. With his mother's name, Sachimata. Jai Sachinandana, Jaya Gaurahari. So that's the advice from our senior Acharya, Jagannath Das Babaji. So we saw how glorious Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Gauranitai is. Now, I want to speak about our founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. I want to glorify the geniusness of our founder Acharya. So Srila Prabhupada was meditating on the instructions of his Guru, His Divine Grace, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, for close to 40 plus years. On this instruction, what was the instruction? He wanted Prabhupada to preach the Krishna consciousness in the Western world and distribute the books. So Srila Prabhupada was meditating on this specific instructions for close to 40 years. So Srila Prabhupada traveled to the West, to the United States of America, and he actually installed the Gauranitai deities all over the world. How he did it? How he actually opened the floodgate of Gaura Prema and Krishna Prema all over the world. He did three things. The first one is he spread the Gauranama. How do you spread the Gauranama? Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So he spread the Gauranam throughout the world. He flooded the entire world with Gauranam. And then he installed the Gauranitai deities all over the world. So wherever Gauranitai deities were installed, they all become Gauradham. Haribol. And then he also spread Gaurakatha. How did he spread Gaurakatha? Srila Prabhupada actually translated Chaitanya Charitamrita from the Bengali language to English language, and then that was distributed all over the world. So through this three things, Gauranama, Gauradhama, and Gaurakatha, Srila Prabhupada manifested the geniusness and he opened the floodgate of the love of Godhead, Gaura Prema, throughout the world. In a very short period of 10 years, Srila Prabhupada has established 108 temples across the world. It's impossible to actually contemplate this. It's very, very difficult to understand this. Maybe those devotees who are part of this temple construction probably may understand how difficult it is to build one temple. And Srila Prabhupada single-handedly built 108 temples across the world. And his disciples followed the footsteps of Srila Prabhupada and established more than 800 temples across the world. Hari Hari Bol. So, why? Why Srila Prabhupada did this? What is the reason? One is that his Guru Maharaj has instructed him to do so. Other one is that we recite in our Mangalacharan, Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam, Sthapitam Yena Bhutale, Swayam Rupa Kadamayam, Dadati Sva Padantikam. So this is the instruction of Srila Rupa Goswami. And what is the instruction of Mahaprabhu? Prithvite Acheyata Nagaradi Grama Sarvatra Prachara Haibe Moro Nama. In every town and village throughout the world, said Lord Chaitanya, the chanting of my holy name will be heard. Krishna is not just for India. He is for everyone because he is Supreme Personality of Godhead. In Bhagavad Gita, he affirms Aham Bija Prajapitaha in 14.4. I am the seed-giving father of all living entities, not just the living entities in the human society, but also all other living entities like the aquatics, insects, plants, birds, and beasts. We know the pastime of Mahaprabhu in the forest of Jharkhand, how all the wild animals like tiger, lion, and elephants, everybody were chanting the holy name in unison. So this was Mahaprabhu's instruction, and this was the desire of Srila Rupa Goswami. He wanted Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Manobishtam, Sthapitam Yena Bhutale. He wants Mahaprabhu's instructions to be implemented across the world. And then his Guru Maharaj, following the Guru Parampara, he just repeated the instruction. That's the beauty of Guru Parampara, following the disciplic succession. So we see that in ISKCON, in our Gaudiya Sampradaya, everybody follows this instruction. The line of disciplic succession is never broken. So following this, Srila Prabhupada has established this movement across the world. He offered a shelter to us throughout the world. So wherever you travel across the world now, you will have a place, you will have a shelter to take. Personally, I experienced when I visited to different countries, there's always a shelter. You will always find a ISKCON center or ISKCON temple where we can go and take the association, where we can go and hear Krishna Katha, and also we can get prasadam. Okay, so far we discussed about what our scripture says, what Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mentioned, what Srila Prabhupada has mentioned, what our acharyas have mentioned. So before concluding, I just want to share, at least this is for myself, because you are all the senior devotees, senior Vaishnavas. You will be already following that. You are already following that. I'm just repeating this to myself. It's a practical application. So we had about 1 hour of 60 minutes of session. So what is the takeaway message for us? What is the practical application? How we can apply this in our life? So I just want to read from Srila Prabhupada's purport. This is the sublime mission of International Society for Krishna Consciousness. What is the sublime mission? Many people come and inquire whether they have to give up family life to join the society, Krishna Consciousness Society. But that is not our mission. Most of us are grahasthas here. So I'm also a grahastha. So I thought that this practical application is probably very relevant for me. This is the takeaway message for me. One can remain comfortable in his residence. We simply request everyone to chant the Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. If one is little literate and can read Bhagavad Gita as it is and Srimad Bhagavatam, that's so much the better. These works are now available in English translation and are done very authoritatively to appeal all classes of men. Instead of living engrossed in material activities, people throughout the world should take advantage of this movement and chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra at home with their families. One should also refrain from sinful activities, the illicit sex, meat eating, gambling, and intoxication. Out of these 4 items, illicit sex is very sinful. Every person must get married. Every woman especially must get married. So, this is the message from Srila Prabhupada purport. Apart from this, Mahaprabhu also mentions in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bharate Bhumite Manushya Janma Haila Yara. Janma Shartaka Kari Karo Para Upakara. Anyone who has taken his birth as a human being in India, Bharata Varsha, should make his life successful and work for the upliftment of whole world. Indians are meant for this business, for the upliftment of the whole world, because all over the world people are unaware of Krishna. So anyone who is born in India should attempt to broadcast the message of Bhagavad Gita and Krishna. That's the order of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is not a new role for Vedic culture. The role is already there. 500 years ago, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spoke of it. But all the various swamis and yogis who came here, he was referring to, this is taken from a class he was giving in the US. So, but all the various swamis and yogis who came here, they never introduced Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now it's being done. The people are accepting naturally. This is the Krishna consciousness movement. So this is the message from Srila Prabhupada's purport. So what is there in for me? The first thing is that me being Grahastha, I should chant the holy name. I should follow the instructions of the Guru. All our spiritual master, they instruct 3 basic things. So we should get up early in the morning, perform Mangala Arati, finish our rounds, and attend or attend the Bhagavatam class and read Srila Prabhupada's books. So this is the 4 basic instruction. This is swasadhana. This is for our own sadhana. And then here in the purport, we see that we were benefited. Each one of us, we joined this movement through some devotee, isn't it? I still remember the day when I met an ISKCON devotee in a railway station who was distributing a pamphlet. I was very offensive. I was very ignorant. This person was, it was in Japan on the railway station of one of the metro station in Japan. And he was Japanese by his birth and nationality. So he was distributing the small pamphlet about, Bhagavad Gita and classes. So he was wearing saffron dress and I was very ignorant and I was neglecting. It was very offensive as well. I was looking at him. What this crazy person is standing here and doing? Huh? Why he is doing all these things? So I took the pamphlet as a matter of respect. I didn't want to just, I collected that. I completely ignored him mentally and I was very offensive. The days passed and I got an invite from one of the Indian community that they are celebrating Janmashtami in a nearby community hall. So we were, bereft of all, cultural activities. So we visited there and one of the Srila Prabhupada's disciple was giving class. So that time, a devotee couple. So on seeing us, he had a very big smile on his face. He spoke very pleasantly. I still remember his face, how he was actually interacting with me on the first day. He was so pleasant with a big smile on his face. And he invited me and he spent, he was very busy. There were so many people and he was the one who was actually leading that organizer for that program. But seeing me as a newcomer, he actually spent few minutes of time. He inquired about me and the family. And, he said, I'm so happy to see you here. And we want to see you here every week. So, and then, after attending the class, I was shy of, going and standing in the queue to take prasadam. So he took me there and made sure that I accepted the prasadam. Not me, my entire family. So that gesture made a difference. I remember that. I still remember throughout my life. And his gesture, not only him, his wife as well, both of them, that gesture really made a difference to me. I thought, okay, this is a very nice place. And these people are very nice. I didn't understand anything about the philosophy. But these people's interaction, these devotees' interaction, that made me to think that I have to come here every week. They're very nice people. These people are so sattvic. They are perfect, gentlemen. So I made a point, go there regularly. That's how I started my journey in Krishna consciousness several years back. So I recollect that again because whenever our temple president, His Grace Narahari Chaitanya Prabhu gives class, he emphasizes on this point. Whenever we have newcomer, we have to see that they are guest of our Lordship. Make sure that they are taken care very well. So that's the first learning for me. Again, I recollected. And then we were benefited by this knowledge. And we should give this knowledge to others in whatever capacity we can. We may or may not be able to go and preach directly. That's, depending on our individual circumstances, we may or may not have that knowledge or capacity. But if you are able to do, fine. Or you have to just assist those devotees who are doing it. In Rajarajeshwari Nagar, our dear His Grace Prasadeshwar Krishna Prabhu, throughout the week, is conducting some type of program. He's trying to engage every day. And there are such leaders in our temple, so many such leaders. They are conducting home program. They are coming and conducting Bhakti Vriksha program in the temple. So, according to our capacity, we should try to assist them. That's one lesson for me, one such personal application for me. And then, as a grahastha, it's very important that we take care of our family and we give Krishna consciousness to our family members. So, when I say we give, our duty is to give, not to force them. So, as long as we give, we put the seed on them in their young age, it will manifest at some point of time based on their karma, prarabdha karma. So we will not know when. So I committed some mistakes. So I think we should not force the children. We should just give the seed of knowledge. At some point of time, it will manifest. That's personal lesson for me. Number 2. Number 3 is our movement. Prabhupada said, I will continue to live as long as the book distribution happens. Our dear His Grace Rukmani Ranga Krishna Prabhu is leading the mission of distributing Prabhupada book and keep sending the message every quarter with different festival. Maybe it may be December Marathon, or it may be the Janmashtami. Now Gaura Purnima had come again for Gaura Purnima, again another special occasion. So we have all the occasions to distribute books. So there are so many stories. I'm sure each one of you would have come across some type of experience while distributing the books. So all our spiritual masters, they emphasize the importance of distributing the books. So in these 3 ways, actually this is the 3 lessons I am taking it as a personal take home for me. So these 3 lessons, we can make an attempt, endeavor to please our Siksha Guru, Diksha Guru, and our temple authorities. So it's actually this way. We can please our temple authorities, Siksha Guru and Diksha Guru. So if our temple authorities are pleased, then our Siksha Guru and Diksha Guru will be really pleased. If our spiritual master is pleased, naturally, the Guru Parampara will be pleased. Through them, Gaur Nitai and Lord Krishna will be pleased. So that's the lesson for me. So I would quickly summarize what we discussed today. So we saw that Lord Krishna works on the principle of justice, whereas Harinam Prabhu, he works on the principles of mercy. Lord Krishna has put a fence on the Prema Bhakti with the fence of offenses. So we can't realize the real love of Godhead in our conditioned state. The only hope we have is following the footsteps of Gaur Nitai. So our Acharyas, they have very beautifully designed this program. So whenever we chant our Guru Mantra, our Prabhupada Pranava Mantra, and then during each round, we chant the Panchatattva Mantra, so that we will be cleansed of our offenses and will get more determination to be gradually free from our offenses, so that we can head towards the ultimate goal of life, Krishna Prema. So we also saw that without Gauranga, no Gauranga, no Krishna. No Gauranga, no Krishna. So another phrase which I really like is, door to Radha Krishna is Nitai Gaur. So our founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktavedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, and his dear disciples have established the temples all over the world to flood the world with Gaura Nam, Gaura Prem, Gaura Dham, and Gaura Katha. So at a practical level, I want to make an endeavor to contribute the mission of Srila Prabhupada and his disciples and our temple management. With that, I would like to end today's presentation. I'm sure I have spoken beyond my realization, beyond my capability. So please forgive my offenses. And if you see any worthy lesson from today's presentation, all the glories to our spiritual masters, Srila Prabhupada and Guru Parampara. If you see any deficiency, of course, you will see there would be some deficiency or defects. It's all due to my shortcoming, lack of my understanding of philosophy, or inadequate application of philosophy in my daily life. So please forgive me for the offenses. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindho bhayevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. There are any corrections or mistakes, please correct me. Yes, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, mic. Prabhuji, 1 minute, Prabhuji.
As per Gaura Gunodesha Deepika, we know Jagai and Madai were none other than Ravana and Kumbhakarna. In Bhagavad Gita, we have the verse, Namam Dushtinito Muda, Prapadyante Naradama, Maya Apardagrana, Asurim Bhavam Ashritaha. So we know the Jagai and Madai were Asurim Bhavam Ashritaha. And these four kinds of people do not take up to Krishna consciousness. So now it's very nice to hear that from your narration that these people took up to Krishna consciousness. So now the change in the heart of such kind of people, how does it happen? And secondly, the most important thing is, did Jagai and Madai continue to chant the holy name after that? And were they really delivered? The next question. Okay, if you could throw some light on that, very much thankful to you. And did they chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra or they chanted Gaura Hari?
Okay. So Prabhuji, I have, seen you from probably last 15 years, 14, 15 years. I have started learning Krishna consciousness by looking at with awe and respect, by looking at senior devotees like you. I'm sure that you know the answer, but you are asking this question for my own purification and for the benefit of others. So Prabhuji, I will try to explain based on what I heard, and you may please feel free to correct me. Maybe my understanding is probably inadequate. The first question is Gauranitai. Sorry, the first question is Jagai and Madai. They were actually the next. They are actually Ravana and Kumbhakarna. They were So how they were actually offense personified, and they are full of sinful they are sinful personalities. How they actually got transformed? I think that's your first question, Prabhuji. So we saw that Nitai Gaur, especially Nityananda Prabhu, when they distributed the love of Godhead, they didn't see who is qualified and who is not qualified. Patra, apatra, nahi, na vichare. So they didn't see that actually. So they wanted to give this love of Godhead to everyone. People who are very sinful, they cannot take Krishna's name directly. So that's why Mahaprabhu, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Lord Nityananda Prabhu actually, he decided that I will actually give the Gaura name. Gaura, the name of Gauranga, to all the sinful people. So he started with Gaura, the name of Lord Gauranga, and then he gave the name of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. He gave the name of Krishna. So how they got transformed? One is that the mercy of Lord Nityananda. And then not only that, actually of these two personalities, Jagai and Madai, when the first time both of them, they didn't take it. They were actually driving Nityananda away from that place. When he went for the second time, the other personality, Madai, I don't know whether he's Ravana or Kumbhakarna, maybe Ravana, because we see in Ramayana that Kumbhakarna is slightly better than Ravana. So he actually hurt Lord Nityananda. So on seeing this, and then when Nityananda was continuing with his preaching, Jagai's heart got transformed on seeing the mercy of Lord Nityananda. He was really surprised. What a personality he is. Because they have seen so far, when they were abusing people or hurting people, either they run away from that place or they will try to give it back to them. But he first time he saw a person, the previous day I abused him heavily, but he came back again. And despite he being injured, he continued with his message. He is not an ordinary person. So he realized that. And then he did a seva of stopping Madai from injuring Lord Nityananda further. So this is my understanding is that this is one part of that. And then when Mahaprabhu appeared there, when he was invoking the Sudarshan Chakra, immediately Madai also fell at the feet of Mahaprabhu, and Mahaprabhu said, "You have to seek forgiveness from Lord Nityananda. Then I will forgive." So Lord Nityananda, being incarnation of mercy, Patita Pavana, he immediately forgave them, and he invoked them with the Gauranam. So both of them got transferred, and then they started chanting the holy name of the Lord from then. So this is my understanding, Prabhuji. If I miss something or if I'm incorrect, please feel free to correct, Prabhuji.
Well, very nice explanation. But coming to the brass tacks, the Lord is residing in everybody's heart. He's also residing in
Paramatma.
Jagai and Madai's heart. They can do anything. And the very fact that Nityananda Prabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chose them, who are the epitome of sin, the very fact that he chose them was to show all of us that those kind of transformation can come about us just by taking shelter of Gaura Hari and the holy name. So it's so powerful. You yourselves told that the holy name is so powerful, and especially when it comes from the mouth of Acharyas and from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is more merciful than Krishna, though Bhagavad Gita tells that shloka, by the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is giving everybody love of Godhead. So the potency of that QED, quaderata demonstratum, what has to be demonstrated has been demonstrated by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Anybody and everybody will change if we take shelter. As simple as that. So thank you so much, Prabhuji, for the word.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah, I hear that. Yes, Prabhuji. So Prabhuji mentioned that in Mayapur still we have Jagai Madai Ghat. I think it's worshipped as a place of Vaishnavas. Okay. Thank you, devotees. Thank you for the opportunity to temple management. Hare Krishna. Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki. Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai. Gaur Nitai ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. So, wonderful rendition. Prabhuji actually spoke from his heart, and let us all express our deep gratitude to both His Grace Sankarshan Priya Prabhu and also Suvine Nityan Prabhu who give the Kannada class today by loudly chanting once Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So Prabhuji also shared his personal realization that how he started, how he got connected to devotees, where he said he especially mentioned about the love and the first interaction with the devotee, both husband and wife. So, and how he was so touched by their, just even being busy, the interaction that they had. So in this way, we also be having, I don't know, are there any newcomers today? First time to the temple? Anybody? So we have wonderful devotees who have come for the first time. So let us all loudly welcome them, all of them, by loudly chanting 3 times Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. So this devotees, and we also have, so this is a Sunday program. So Sunday evening also we have a program where there are many newcomers. I've understood from Prabhuji that Prasanatha Balram Prabhu is here. We heard that there are regulars and newcomers also to the tune of 80 to 100 on an average we have every Sunday evening. So those who all want to take opportunity to invite your near and dear ones or friends, please do so for the morning and the evening as well. Or if you want to come and do service, like how Prabhuji was so happy with the devotees, like this, we can also serve, do some seva to all those newcomers who come over. So please take this opportunity. 5th April is Ekadashi, Papa Mochini Ekadashi, that is 5th April, and Parna time is 6:13 to 10:19. We also have a sponsor today, His Grace Srinivas Gopal Prabhu and their family. They have sponsored the Sunday feast in the memory of their dear grandmother, and they're seeking the memory of their grandmother and seeking blessings for all devotees. So let us also once chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I'd request Srinivas Gopal Prabhu, you can collect the Mahaprashadam. Somapati Haridas Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. And last Monday, 25th, on Gaur Purnima Day, we had announced something beautiful that is coming up. It is the Sankirtana mural that is going to come up below. Similar to what we have Shad Goswamis on the left side, we're going to have a Sankirtan mural. And we had mentioned that the cost is somewhere around 1.5 lakhs. So there were three or four devotees who had raised their hands and agreed to volunteer to sponsor. So I heard from Prabhuji, Sundarup Shampoo, that they contributed around 75,000 odd they contributed. And this was on Gaur Purnima Day. So we still have opportunity, those who want to still participate and sponsor. And it's not that we need some 10,000, 20,000, even if it is, and if we do a little math, even if one person sponsors 1,000 rupees, how many would we need to gather? Around 75,000 or maybe more than that. So any other devotees would like to sponsor something today can raise their hands or connect to His Grace Sundarup Sham Prabhu or the accounts department and contribute to the wonderful Sankirtana mural. We also have some devotees who have requested prayers. These three devotees are suffering from cancer. I'll just call out the names. Lata Mataji, Muri Lakshma Mataji, and Shashidhar Naidu Prabhu. They are requesting prayers from this August assembly year. So let us all chant once Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Anything else?
ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ. ಗೌರ ಪೂರ್ಣಿಮಾ ಮಹೋತ್ಸವದಿಂದ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಭಕ್ತಾದಿಗಳು ಸೇವೆಯನ್ನು ಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಆರತಿ ಸೇವಾ ಅಥವಾ ಡೈಟಿ ಗಾರ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಸೇವಾ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಪಂಚಾಮೃತ ಅಭಿಷೇಕ, ರಾಜಭೋಗ ಸೇವಾ, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಾವು ಅವತ್ತು ಪ್ರಸಾದ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ದಿವಸ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಯಾರು ಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಬಂದು ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ನರಹರಿ ಚೈತನ್ಯ ಪ್ರಭು ಅವರ ರೂಮ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಪ್ರಸಾದವನ್ನು. ಆಫೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ? ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ. ಗೌರ ಪೂರ್ಣಿಮಾ ಮಹೋತ್ಸವದಂದು ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಪ್ರಸಾದವನ್ನು ಸೇವೆಯನ್ನು ಪ್ರಸಾದವನ್ನು ಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅವತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಾವು ಪ್ರಸಾದವನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ರಿಂದ ಇವತ್ತು ಉಳಿದವರಿಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಇವತ್ತು ಪ್ರಸಾದವನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ನರಹರಿ ಚೈತನ್ಯ ಪ್ರಭು ಅವರು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಆಫೀಸ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ನನ್ನಿಂದ ಅಥವಾ ವೀರಭದ್ರ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಪ್ರಭು ಅವರಿಂದ ಪ್ರಸಾದ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ. ಒಂದ್ಸಾರಿ ಹೆಸರನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಯಾರ್ಯಾರು ಪ್ರಸಾದ ಸೇವೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಸವಿತಾ ಮಾತಾಜಿ, ಶಾಂತಾ ರೋಹಿಣಿ ಮಾತಾಜಿ, ಪೂಜಾ ಶರ್ಮಾ ಮಾತಾಜಿ, ಸುಧಾಕರ್ ಪ್ರಭು, ಶ್ರೀನಿವಾಸ್ ನಂಬಿಯಾರ್ ಪ್ರಭು, ಶ್ರೀಬಾಲಾಜಿ ಪ್ರಭು, ವಿಶಾಲ್ ಶರ್ಮಾ ಪ್ರಭು, ವೀರ ವೆಂಕಟೇಶ್ವರ ಸುರೇಶ್ ಪ್ರಭು, ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಪ್ರಕಾಶ್ ಪ್ರಭು, ರಾಣಿ ಮಾತಾಜಿ, ಸವಿತಾ ಮಾತಾಜಿ, ರವೀಂದ್ರ ಜೋನ್ವಾಲ್ ಪ್ರಭು, ಗಣಪತಿ ಪ್ರಭು, ಪ್ರಶಾಂತ್ ಕುಮಾರ್ ಪಿಸೆ ಪ್ರಭು, ವಿಶಾಖಾ ಚಿನ್ಮಯ ಮಾತಾಜಿ, ರಂಜಿತ್ ವಿಶ್ವ ಪ್ರಭು, ಸುರ್ಜಿತ್ ಸಿನ್ಹಾ ಪ್ರಭು, ಶ್ರೀನಿವಾಸ್ ದಂಡು ಪ್ರಭು, अर्चना प्रवीण प्रभु माताजी, जानवा सुप्रिया माताजी, रामकृष्ण प्रसन्न प्रभु, श्रीनिवास प्रभु, श्रीनिवास बाबू PS प्रभु, सुजय कुमार V प्रभु, वंदिता प्रकाश माताजी, नंदिनी पति माताजी, अंकुश जोशी प्रभु, नेमिनाथ ओडगावे प्रभु, तारिणी संतिल कुमार माताजी, प्रशांत भगत प्रभु, कविता कार्तिकेयन माताजी, सुविनय नित्यानंद प्रभु, वीर वेंकटेश सुरेश प्रभु, AS समाल प्रभु, निधि यादव प्रभु, निधि यादव माताजी, मंजुनाथ प्रकाश प्रभु, उषा विष्णु माताजी, सुतपा भट्टाचार्य माताजी, सरस्वती HL माताजी, रविंद्र कुमार जोनवाल प्रभु, ಬಾಲಾಜಿ ಗೌರದಾಸ್ ಪ್ರಭು. ಯಾರ್ದಾರು ಹೆಸರನ್ನು ಮಿಸ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಬಂದು ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ನಿಮ್ಮ ರಸೀಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ತೋರಿಸಿ ಪ್ರಸಾದ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ.
Hare Krishna. Let us all proceed downstairs for Jagannath Ashtakam.